Hey everybody, day 3 of our 3-part introduction to our 6-week weight loss challenge. Today we're going to talk about by far the most important component of any weight loss program, and that is the mental component. So stick with me, I got a lot of great information, so here we go. So weight loss is one of the most interesting dynamics a person will ever go through, and it's really complicated in the mental part and really simple in the practical part, which is basically calorie management versus calorie burn. It's a very simple formula basically to lose weight, but by far the greatest stumbling block for people is their mental commitment. And I have had a lot of experience working with clients over the years who've attempted to lose weight, and 99% of them either lose a little bit and then quit, or lose nothing, and the very, very few, like 0.01%, actually lose weight and keep it off. Why do they do that? Well, it's remarkably simple, and it's basically this. If you do not decide that you are no longer willing to accept being overweight, you will not lose weight. Now, the reasons that people have that happen to them are a myriad. So one of them, like for instance, I had a client once who could no longer tie their shoes, and they decided that that was enough, that no longer were they going to accept a lifestyle where they couldn't tie their shoes. Another one that I had was a client who was photographed at the wedding of her daughter, and in the wedding photographs, she was so overweight in the pictures that she couldn't believe, first of all, how she looked. And then later she found that she became self-conscious and started hiding behind other people during photographs or taking pictures from up high so you couldn't see how overweight that she was. Another client that I had a health scare. He had a heart attack, and he decided that no longer was he willing to accept being fat, because he knew that that was definitely a precursor to a greater risk of heart attack, and he wanted to be healthy. He had children and a wife, and he wanted to make sure that he was around for them. A lot of motivational speakers will talk about this phenomenon as finding your why, and I don't like the idea of like being a motivational speaker, because I'm a pragmatist. I'm a practical person, and I like to just speak the facts and that's it. But if you become motivated by the fact that you are no longer satisfied with not tying your shoes, you're no longer satisfied with how you look at your daughter's wedding, or you're no longer satisfied with the idea of having a heart attack or putting yourself at risk for a heart attack, you've got the right motivation basically to affect weight loss. A lot of people want to lose weight in a general sense. They want to, gee, it would be nice to lose 10 pounds. It would be great to lose 10 pounds. It'd be great to lose 50 pounds, 80 pounds, whatever. And that's basically the limit of their commitment. Those people tend not to make any progress whatsoever. You have to have a true inciting incident, in my experience, to affect weight loss and to stick with weight loss long enough to actually lose the weight that you need to and stick with it. To me, one of the greatest ways that you can actually change your paradigm and think of yourself in the correct way so that you can lose weight is to see yourself as you really are. And that is as a jewel. And I say this to people all the time. Once you determine your value, and once you decide that your body is something to be treasured and taken care of, it is extremely easy to lose weight. Let me give you an example. So I used to work for an MRI company, an imaging company, and the owner of this company had a lot of very expensive equipment, MRI machines and stuff costing millions of dollars. He never took care of this equipment, and subsequent to that, it basically wore down and became obsolete, and he never upgraded the equipment, and no surprise, they lost a lot of customers and eventually went out of business. A competitor for whom that I worked was the opposite. They had a great, same platform, same MRI machine. They did the service, they kept the equipment up, they kept their facility clean, they answered the problems of their patients and tried to solve them. They tried to do everything basically they could to run an effective company and use their equipment in an effective way. That company prospered, and your body is very similar. Let's say you go out and buy a car. If you buy a car and you You just got your new plastic license plates on it and you're ready to go, and immediately after you buy it, you park it under a tree and you get, tree sap on it and, weathering and sun damage and everything else. Eventually your car is going to wear out. If you take that same car and you clean it and you put it in the garage and you take care of it, or when it's in the sun you put a cover on it, you change the oil on a regular basis and so on, it's going to run for a long time and look fantastic. My car is actually like 12 years old and looks practically brand new, so I can tell you this from experience. If you start to see your body as a jewel, as a treasure, as something to be taken care of and not abused, it's much easier. And that is not easy for people to do, because culture has basically made it so that your body has become a celebration mechanism, and people will use phrases like, this is particularly common with people who are overweight, they'll say phrases like, I wanted a treat, I splurged, I rewarded myself, and so on. So you basically start to treat your body as some kind of party device, which it's not intended for whatsoever. That is a shift that is basically created through commercialism and from people trying to sell you pizzas and candy bars and snack foods and so on. They're trying to associate things with words like comfort food and things like that. So you have to be able to decide that you're no longer going to be marketed to in a way that compromises your relatively healthy weight. It's not easy to do because there's so much obsessive and intensive marketing done against you, basically, for lack of a better word, I say against you, but it works to your detriment. But there's so much of that going on, it's very difficult to overcome. But you can do it. And just as an example, a lot of people will tell me, a lot of my clients have told me over the years that, hey, what fast food do you recommend? What place would you go to get, say, a healthy meal in a fast food place? And it's so funny to me because the idea of eating fast food is absolutely foreign to me. I have not had fast food of any sort since probably 1987 or so. I have not been through a single drive-through line. I have no idea what's on the menu. I don't know anything about it because I value my body, and I've decided that I wanted to be healthy and I wanted to maintain a healthy lifestyle and a healthy weight for my entire life. If I go through drive-thrus, I know I'm not going to be able to maintain that. My body is a treasure and I treat it like a treasure. And that's really what you have to do. So if you want to lose weight, you have to get your mind in the right place. If you don't have that mindset, don't even waste your time. You will not lose weight. It takes consistency and a commitment to your health in order to lose weight. If you're not ready, if you don't have your why, if you haven't had your inciting incident, don't even waste your time. And if you're gonna fiddle around and also go through drive-thrus and so on and not treat yourself as a jewel, you're probably not gonna be successful. So I don't mean to say that to take away your motivation. I say that because I'm a practical person. I'm not a motivational speaker, I'm a pragmatist. And I just wanna tell you the way things work. So if this is something that you can take in today, then fantastic. I want to help you. I hope that you found this video useful, and I hope that you'll stick with me for this entire weight loss challenge. And also, if you're enjoying this video, please consider subscribing to this channel so you can follow all the videos that I'm going to be putting out for this 6-week challenge. There's a subscribe button below, and there's also a like button. I'd love it if you'd punch that like button. And also, if you have any comments, please feel free to leave those below. So we're basically at the end of our introductory 3-video series. The next part is basically getting started on week 1 of the 6-week weight loss challenge. And in that, I'm going to give you not only tips to follow every week in videos that I'm going to offer you to make sure that you are following along in a program in an orderly fashion in order to learn the most and get the most out of weight loss. Not only are we going to have that, we're also going to have a little fitness challenge as part of it, and we're going to keep up with my fat dog Jocko's progress as he loses his weight over the next 6 weeks. So thank you for watching this video. I look forward to having you back, and I want to help you even more in the future.